Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha with Ice Cream Fitness here. I've noticed in the last week or so I'm getting a lot of questions about low carb diets, people eating in a caloric surplus with zero or very low carbs, insulin and storing of dietary fat as body fat. I'm just going to try to answer those all in one go. But hold on, let me give you guys a bicep shot first. Okay, I've talked in detail, and if you guys sort through some of my older videos, I probably have over an hour of material discussing the different roles of insulin in the body, the problems with low-carb diets, how they do work for some people, but why they're bad for the majority, why they offer no metabolic advantage. I've gone into a lot of details about insulin and its role in the body. And let's make this perfectly clear. The idea that insulin is responsible for storing the fat you eat as body fat is a myth. It's not actually true. It's not scientifically backed information. This is kind of something that con men and quacks have come up with to sell the idea of certain types of diets. It's not actually true biologically. And in fact, even if insulin levels are at levels so low that they can barely support human life, your body will still store all excess calories you eat from dietary fat directly as body fat. And it has no trouble doing so efficiently. It's done completely independent of insulin. Now, if you don't have any insulin in your body or it's way too low, you can't store carbs as fat. So that's the problem that certain types of type 1 diabetics have, is that no matter how many carbs or how much protein they eat, they can't store either one or convert it into body fat, and therefore they just lose huge amounts of weight, and they can't even store it or burn it as fuel properly because they don't have the insulin to transport it. And so any weight that they gain is going to be from their dietary fat. So for those people, yeah, they tend to lose tons and tons of weight without medication, and they can practically starve to death. But for other people, that's not the issue. And so remember, your insulin is not related to that. You will store all excess fat as body fat. And we have evidence on this for a number of reasons. And this is something that people who promote these type of diets and who say, oh, I'm eating 2,000 surplus calories and losing weight on a very, very low carb, high fat diet. And the problem is, well, they may be losing weight or maintaining weight, but it's because of water and glucose. They may actually be gaining body fat, and they probably are. So they're almost reverse recompositioning. And we know that on deep ketogenic diets, the ones that are deeper than what people usually run for cutting, we know from studying children who have epilepsy, because ketogenic diets usually done like a 4-to-1 ratio, which means they're 80% fat with protein and a tiny amount of carbs making up the other 20%. 80% fat diets, these children still gain weight and body fat at a normal rate of healthy children. They gain weight just fine in these deep ketogenic diets, and we've studied this over and over and over, and they gain weight perfectly fine. The same with adult epileptics who do ketogenic diets. They gain body weight just fine. They gain weight if they eat a caloric surplus, and they'll gain body fat if they eat a caloric surplus. We've studied this for these people. And it's the same when people talk about the Inuits and the people who had these natural ketogenic diets. These are the only tribe on earth with a naturally ketogenic diet. It was noted by the researchers who observed this and studied their diet that they carried a little bit of extra body fat. They had no trouble gaining body fat. So this idea that if you eat no carbs, you're not going to gain body fat in a caloric surplus is historically inaccurate. It's scientifically inaccurate. And a basic understanding of biology explains why. So yeah, this doesn't actually work. And as far as people who are claiming they're doing this and losing body fat, we'll go put them in a lab and let the doctors study them, because when people self-report data as far as changes in body composition, we usually take this as very weak evidence, or it's thrown out in nutritional science. And what we actually find is that when people self-report data, it gives different answers to the same studies than when we put people in a lab and we have nurses and doctors weigh out their food and measure all their portions perfectly. What we find is that it gives very different answers, because these people are not accurately reporting the data. So we basically have people online reporting that they're doing this who may not be accurately measuring their data They may not be accurately measuring their food, they may not be accurately measuring their changes in body fat, or they may be flat lying. And all the available scientific literature says that they will still gain body fat. And all the studies we've done say that they will still gain body fat doing this. So I hope this clarifies any confusion on it, and I hope it has been informative, and I will talk to you guys next time.